What's up, guys? For today's show, we're gonna be taking a look at Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Give you guys my thoughts and kind of like a small review. I know it's been a little bit of time, but I did want to cover this because I did enjoy the movie a pretty decent amount. Out of all the movies that came out in June, this was kind of like the highlight, I have to say. But we're gonna break it down by story, cast and characters, CGI and effects, action slash climax payoff. Rate that, and then we'll end it with a conclusion about the whole film. So, yeah, let's just start with the story. When it comes to the story, the film really was all over the place for me. It could have had a little more weight, emotional weight. I didn't feel like there was any danger compared to the Michael Bay trilogy. Nobody was in any danger at all. No one, I mean, maybe, but you can obviously see they were not going to go that route. They're not going to kill anybody. And that's kind of disappointing. That brings down the plot line a little bit when it comes to connecting to these characters. Um, no sad scenes to pull the audience in is just kind of a letdown. But at this point, it's a staple to have the interaction between the humans and the Autobots. And it would seem there would be no movie without said interaction. But having been done so poorly in the past three films, many are questioning the need for the humans in the movie. I think they're crucial, but when the writing and the chemistry is so forced and mediocre, it spoils the plot in a way. Makes me wonder even if some major plot evolving climax and amazing fight scenes occurred, would I care about these characters like Wiki? Probably not. I probably wouldn't care about. I honestly can't even tell you their names. Speaking of characters, I wasn't the biggest fan of the cast, obviously. The main leading man wasn't terrible. You can tell they're trying to mirror Shia LaBeouf's character, however, in a much more underground style, not the suburban lifestyle we got with the first three. His love interest and the forced relationship between the two didn't help whatsoever. However, Pete Davidson killed it as Mirage. He really took the spotlight whenever he was on screen. I was wondering if that was actually going to work pretty well, but overall, the cast of robots, mixed, old gen and new gen, worked better than I expected, I have to say. But just the humans, I wasn't vibing well with them. None of the human actors in general. I mean, the main lead, he was okay. He was funny at times, but I feel like they didn't use him to his full potential. That kind of stuff. But he did have a little cool arc, but I'm not going to spoil anything. As for the CGI and the effects, with the budget, I feel they pulled off a beautiful looking film. We don't get to see any Marvel level CGI until the third act of the film, but along the way, it was very crisp and impressive for me personally. I don't know what is going on with Marvel, if they just have, the VFX teams are struggling, but or if they're overworked, because this is about the same budget, if not pretty substantially lower than a Marvel movie, and at times they look equal. That third act scene, that big fight is amazing to watch, especially in IMAX. That was amazing. But overall, the action and the effects were spot on for what I expected. But at the same time, I wanted the Michael Bay level of intrigue. The scope. There was not really a big scope. We instead get the CGI, kind of like Infinity, or not Infinity War, Endgame, where you had the giant scene at the end of Endgame. It's very similar to that, except in the Transformers universe, which I don't mind that, but at the same time, I do like Michael Bay's level of destruction and just the weight in the situation. How Megatron, you didn't know if he was going to kill anybody, and he could have killed everybody. It just, it was very intense compared to this, where it's like it's supposed to make you feel a certain way, and they go off base. It isn't as exciting or threatening as you would assume. Maybe it's because it's not Megatron. That could be something in the back of my head. Like, I just know Megatron is the core enemy of the Autobots in my mind, in my thinking. But overall, the CGI was great. It could have been more Michael Bay-ish, but it is what it is. As for the action and the climax, I'm pretty mixed on this. On one hand, I feel this is the most expanded Transformers film that actually works, and the action is, very in line with Marvel's style of filmmaking, but you can definitely tell the difference between Michael Bay being involved in these films. Not only was the plot and the characters filled with so much more life, but the practical effects from Michael Bay just hit so much more different. Along with his camera angles, nothing tops Michael Bay's trilogy. But as for a conclusion, this movie so far is the best summer blockbuster. Is it perfect? No, not at all. Is it a perfect Transformers film? Probably not. No. Did it level with Michael Bay's trilogy? No, but it pays homage, I'd say. Overall, the film has its fun moments, its cringe dialogue, has amazing CGI action set pieces to tie it all together. Unfortunately, the story didn't hit as hard, but the film ends on a high note, so that's cool. We're all getting teased for so much more, and I'm not going to spoil it, but without this major reveal in this film, I feel like it starts to lack its identity and its style, and it turns into a, bro, what if they do this next regular hype train script? But it's out on video on demand and Blu-ray right now. I do believe it's coming to streaming tomorrow, actually, so it's definitely worth a date night, or just, if you're chilling with the bros. Don't take it too seriously. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Wolfpack. Peace.